Hey, traders. Welcome to the stream. We've got less than an hour until the weekly candle close is confirmed. It will be a bearish engulfing candle, as the thumbnail has said, and the title, whatever. Just starting with a daily where, yep, I mean, the weekend, the selling has relented. A little bit of chop here and there, but up today, I mean, 2.35%, about $500. I mean, up off the lows, you know, about 5%, 4.7%. And that is it. I mean, yeah, you're holding on to the low from July 26th. That's it, man. There's nothing else there, ever. There's never been anything else. So that's that one low. And I know people talk about adjusting the trend line for this fake out that was, you know, whatever, and you're holding a demand line if you did that. But to me, I think we've already broken down. I think the rally could take y'all. I mean, if you did rally, and we're talking about a good one, I mean, you could go all the way up to 23,000, you know, but you can't be bullish on Bitcoin below 24.2. That was the case the day of August 17th, day of August 16th. So nothing's changed. It's all about the levels, and you're below the level. You clearly regard it as resistance, and that's it. And the next level, I think, is 19,891. And based on the oscillators, I mean, that was your initial impulse. Normally, it's like you get your initial impulse, you rally some, you reset the oscillators, then you impulse again. And normally, the next impulse is just not as bad as the first one. And then that's when you start developing bullish divergence on some time scales. You just don't even have that yet. You don't, man. Let's look at the weekly real quick, so you can just see what I'm talking about. You know, the bearish engulfing candle below the 200-week simple moving average, confirmed in 50 minutes. It looks like, you know, since you bottomed out June 18th, that day, Black Saturday, you have fully reset the oscillator, certainly still within the parameters of the bearish control zone, so that's not bullish. Oh, think about the weekly, you know, think about in time what could happen. You know, you come down, and then on the weekly you start showing some really nice, classic, undeniable bullish divergence, okay? I mean, like that's a possibility. But until you get above 40 on the weekly RSI, there's just nothing to talk about. Not really, man. Like a weekly downtrend, my God. Like forever, even if you do it like that. I mean, you're still, right? Has that been broken? No. So there's just no edge really on the weekly here on the RSI. The MACD, though, yeah, the MACD, we've had this identified for a while. Classic bullish divergence, which ushered in, you know, a pivot at 19,891, and it's just been pretty pathetic so far. But yeah, you haven't broken below the key level yet, so you just gotta worry about, like, kind of, I mean, where the stock market is. Like, we know they're at the index funds are at massive reversal levels, and you just know that's gonna have some effect on this market. That normally always does. Let's go to the 4 hour. What I'm talking about on the 4 hour, you know, you broke that level. Can't be bullish below 24.2. The bearish back test was wonderful, and that gave us kind of exactly what we needed to not be bullish.
Weekly gravestone doji on DJI and Apple is real luck.
What's up, Anon? Thanks, dude, for the 5. You know, I mean, looking at the index funds, you're pretty much looking at Apple. But yeah, Apple is fantastically at a, you know, a level where a bearish reaction would occur. No doubt, dude. Upthrusted through the supply line, hit the 886, and now you're below it to close the week. Yeah, it's bad. We're going to look at those index funds. We're going to look at futures, too. Futures are open now. Been open for about an hour and 12 minutes. And didn't start very good. Did not start well. So, if you're looking at the 4 hour on Bitcoin, remember, it's normally one wave, a pivot, a little reaction, right? Retrace, and then you dump again. And on the second impulse down, that's when you get bullish divergence on this time scale. You don't have that, right? You're on first impulse, resetting the oscillators. It's going to end up becoming a substantially lower high than previous highs, and you'll roll over again. And then eventually you'll probably become oversold again wherever it ends up, and then do something like this. And then that's when things are going to look nice. Right? When you have bullish divergence like that in oversold territory, that's amazing. That's what you'd be looking for a real or a more significant Reversal. This is just a reaction because you got obliterated in a very short period of time. You know, you went from 25 to 20,788. I mean, you went down 18% roughly in 5 days, man. Yeah, calm down. Your less significant time scales go nuclear in that situation. They're resetting right now, okay? They're resetting. Even the 60-minute resetting. Like 12-hour, 8-hour, all of them. They're just in the midst of resetting. Bearish control zone, right after getting oversold. Okay, you go up to 40 or anytime. You start rolling over, and then eventually, right? Eventually, the 8-hour, like the 4-hour will show something like that. And I mean, that's the area to have a little bit more conviction on a reversal.
Germany, and they just announced that we should whip ourselves with a rag instead of taking a shower. We are so effed Europe, man.
Yeah, dude, this is what happens when you put Greta Thunberg in charge of your energy policies. Yeah, dude. Yeah, this is what happens when you become energy dependent on Russia. Yep. Yeah, this is what happens when your bureaucrats arrogantly laugh at somebody just speaking facts just because of other reasons. I don't know what happened to my Bitcoin price. That's weird. That's weird. Really weirding me out. Hold on. What's going on? Ah, sorry about that. What the? Hello? Bro. There we go. All right. Solid. So this is the stuff you're looking for. I mean, like, if you're wanting to take a swing trade or something, I mean, this is going to give you a much more significant rally than just, oh, I'm just going to long it randomly after the first impulse down, after just getting oversold for the first time of the whole event, right? It's just not the time for a swing trader. I mean, you can go to the 30-minute, 60-minute or less chart and have fun with that and see how long it lasts. I mean, anything that develops as an edge on those time scales will last about an hour or two, and then it's over. And then that's why I don't really mess with those time scales. 4 hours kind of it for me. Sometimes a 60-minute, sometimes. But here's the issue. I mean, like, yeah, maybe you had a little bit of divergence possibly down there. Low, same low, higher levels. Okay, well, you're rallying off of that, man. Sure. How's that rally going? Compared to the dump, it's awful. You just remember this, man. Woman, alien, whoever's out there watching this stream or not. Just remember, Bitcoin, one time scale. I don't know why. Okay, so let's just say like 8-hour, 12-hour, whatever, significant time scales. On the dump, right, on the impulse down, it was the highest volume you had seen since June 18th. It's something you don't really want to ignore. Remember, it's like, wow, out of all this trading, all these ups and downs done, the higher volume comes in on dumps, right? Dumps. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. Right, don't you want like high volume to be coming in on bids, not asks? Yes, you do. Here's your 8-hour, man. You didn't reset anything. Let's hit 12-hour. No stone left unturned. Yeah, again, right? You'd be waiting for bullish divergence to develop at some point. You got a long way to go before that develops. You have no divergence on any significant time scale. Besides the weekly, but it already kind of reacted and played out some, and now it's bearish engulfing candle. Okay, so like your daily, your 12-hour, your 8-hour, your 6-hour, your 4-hour, all saying like, this is this similar stuff, man. Similar stuff. The impulse, the scrub rally, and then the dump again. And on the second dump or the third dump, you get double, triple, or you just get standard divergence or triple divergence on a third pathetic sell-off, right? So don't win on the first. Anyway, I'm just beating a dead bull here. Okay. Look at this 12-hour rejection of the 200 moving average. Oh my God. So bad. What the? Bro. Control Zing. It's not Zing. It's Zing everything but that. What the? Okay. So let's go to Ethereum. That also, oh my God, man, it's up off the lows. Who cares? Like, wow, man. Yeah, it lost a lot of value in a very short period of time. I mean, it dumped 25% in 6 days. Who is like? I just don't get it, man. Like, it dumps 25% in 6 days, and you're like, I'm going long. Just because it stopped selling kind of in the middle of nowhere. it's just not a prudent strategy. I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, 4 hour, nothing. It's just oversold and it's in the bearish control zone, right? Sitting at 36. Just wait, man, until it starts rolling over again at some point, and then down here on much lower prices, and maybe at $1,420 at the next key inflection point, you start showing bullish divergence. Then maybe it's time to start thinking about it. Hey, man, maybe. But until this develops, man, it's a joke. It's like there's just nothing to do. What the thing to do was either be short or be cash, because it was implied, based on probabilities, that this dump was coming, and it did come, and now we're waiting for more resolution. It's Gale and Horda. What's up? What's up, Tails? What's up, chat? What's up, Dino? Jedi, Lodic, Brad. What's up, Joshua? So Echo Leaf, man. Yeah, good to see everybody on this Sunday. You know, this is kind of like our nice little hangout spot on Sunday evenings. We all kind of congregate for that weekly candle close, right? Because it's a significant one this week. It's not like a Rudy Poo one, right? Not a Rudy Poo close this week. I mean, you know, past few weeks, oh, whatever. This one's big. This one's real. So Ethereum's up 3% today. Congratulations, man. How about the 8 hour? I didn't even look at the air. 8 hour, nothing. All right, oversold, bearish control zone, no edge. 12 hour? Not even oversold, just no edge. Just in the bearish control zone. Just
love the consistency of high quality information that is presented on this stream day by day. Much love, Mitch less than 3.
Thank you, Igor.
Is that a join?
Thanks again, Igor, man. All right, so here's your news, man. Here's your good news, I guess, on your 12 hour. You're above the 200 moving average for now, but there's no edge, man. No edge. Let's go to that weekly, because the weekly's closing. Here's your bearish engulfing candle at the key inflection point. This is the least surprising area ever to see this kind of price action. Yes, the bullish divergence. Here it was, Larry. I just, right? Can you explain the bullish divergence to me? It played out and ran to the next key level, and it is reversing there. That's it. That's it. Do you understand? At any time now, you know, just keep going, retest 2000. At any time now, hidden bearish divergence will be a reality. It could go up another 30%. It could go up to $3,300, and it's still gonna be inevitable hidden bearish divergence eventually. When you make the high and you make the lower high, wherever it is right now, it's unbelievably substantially lower. You're making higher levels on the outside. So you go from classic bullish divergence right into eventually hidden bearish divergence, implying a continuation downward. That's terrible. But hey, it's tweezering too, right? Wow, kind of tweezer topping at this level. Perfect area for a reaction like that. Yeah, no surprise. Oh, Jackson Hole this week. Hey, man. All right, here's your daily we didn't really look at. Oh, nothing. Oh, you can call that engulfing all you want. Dude, there is no edge. Oh, maybe you could try to like argue hidden bullish divergence from this low to the next low, but what about these lows? Are they nothing? The good news, I guess, on Ethereum the daily is you're not in the bearish control zone like Bitcoin and many other alts, most of their alts. But again, to me, if you look left and understand, I'm thinking the hard target's 1420 eventually. I think we'll get it if you're patient. You might run to 1730 to back test it as resistance because you blew past it like it was nothing, even though we know it's everything. So, I mean, could you really be that upset if Ethereum does something like this, you know? Right? You can't be. I mean, now it's like flip your coin. The dump was implied. Now flip your coin on if it goes for a successful bearish backtest or not. Okay. Do you get it? It's like the time where there was kind of an edge, right? Where the chart was giving us some sort of implication, right? It was there. It was like August 18th. It was really the 17th. That candle was it, man. That was like, that's a shooting star. Remember I called it a Halley's Comet? Shooting star? That really is. Then it just created like a momentum shifting structure, inverse head, or just a head and shoulders, right? And I can't believe it played out so beautifully, right? But it did. And it's like hit a measured move too. If you were to measure the move of this from the neckline, right from the high point, from the head to the neckline, from the breakout, measure move was exceeded, far exceeded. So what does that mean? That means outperformance of a bearish structure. Yikes, dude. You don't want to see bearish patterns outperform. And now it's again like there's that was your chance either to cash up or short, and now it's, if you're going short now, you're more so gambling because it could rally to 1730 and destroy you before then rolling over more, right? Or it's about to be done and go to 1420. I don't really care which one happens first, but I think eventually 1420 is going to be tested based on what we're seeing on the oscillators. That's it. I think it's more probable we'll eventually get some resolution at 1420. Okay. Did we even back test 1420? Yeah, we kind of did. We kind of did on the daily. So, all right, BNB, it's up 7% almost. You know, bouncing off, taking it this low from August 2nd locally. Oh, is there anything else? Not really. It's just not really at all. Great reaction. You know, you could always think about something like a type 2. You come up to 332, 350 for a second test, confirmation high before rolling over later, and you get yourself like triple bearish divergence. I could see that. No, kind of hard to say. I mean, maybe you could say on the 8 hour there was hidden bullish divergence. Really tough here, man. I don't think it's at any sort of strategic level. I think it was either 220 for a long or 330 for a short, 350 for a short. In between that, nothing. Either one takes a shot down here on the third low on the back test at the key inflection point as long, or they do nothing. And up here, you either take a short or cash up or do nothing. What's up, Casey, man? Hexicans still love me? Oh, that's debatable. Thank you, dude. Thank you. Yeah, we can look at Hex that hits his targets and then it's over. But I'm sure probably caught some bids today like every other altcoin. I mean, yeah, altcoins, rallied, dude. They did. Is there an edge? Possibly. Also a little bit of a little hidden bullish divergence in the RSI on BNB on the daily. Kind of crazy, right? The low, then the higher low with lower levels on the RSI. It's reacting, it's playing out. But again, until you get above 350, you have to be bearish. Until you get above 330, you have to be bearish. You're below the 200 moving average, the inflection point, everything. Like, that's cool, dude. It rallied. Awesome. Okay, let's go to total. Hey, man, I don't know what to tell you, right? It's like,
I like turtles.
There's bears out here.
Price gonna dip.
I mean, the measured move, right? The rising wedge, the measured move was achieved. Went a little bit lower, almost went to the level that we thought was the most probable, 960. Went to 964 or whatever. Okay, that's it. I don't know how much more amazing it could get than that. I mean, that's like, this could now be put inside of a textbook. Bulkowski's next edition. It should just be total market cap right here. Boom. What's in store for total here? Flip your coin, 1.036 or 960 billion. 1.036 trillion or 960 billion. It's the Wild West here. It's a straight up, down, up situation. You go up to 1.036 trillion, it won't be weird because there was no formal back test when you broke it August 19th, which was a couple days ago, right? So flip your coin if total sees this first before going lower, or if it just starts dumping now and goes and sees 960. Flip your coin. You're just kind of in 50% territory. Coin flip territory. Up here, it was far more probable of downside. Now, after the move occurred, after a 12% drawdown in a very short period of time, it's now become like, hey man, we have 65, 70% chance of downside probably up here, and now all of a sudden it's like 50%. 50% downside immediately whenever, or maybe we go to 1.036 for the back test. You get it? The edge presents itself, then it gets resolution, and then all of a sudden you don't have an edge anymore. Isn't that crazy? For bulls or bears. Crazy, man. Next one. Who's next, dude? Every day. I think is it Cardano now or XRP? I think it was Cardano. No, it's XRP. Every day, man. They just change. I can't even believe this, dude. This is insane. Like, kind of the way it was looked at a little bit yesterday. It was like, it's a bear flag. It's still bad, dude. This is still awful. You're breaking out. Are we just adjusting now? Are we just gonna, is it turning into something else? Okay, fine. Something like this then. Okay, so you dumped hard. Now you just have a very controlled bearish consolidation, upsloping consolidation after the drawdown with no edge. Nothing implying that we're going higher. Nothing. Something like that. I mean, yeah, it's in this category. You could even do it like this. Yeah. Just have the touches on the top. You see it, right? I mean, that like, you flip that up, dang, dude, that's a pretty looking structure.
Jeremy Clarkson tipped $21. Cheers from England.
Hey, Jeremy, man.
0.0129455 EDH.
Thank you so much, Jeremy, for the $21 worth of Ethereum, man. Help me DCA, right? Enrique, yeah, the only one I know of, really. I mean, the only one I feel comfortable like legitimately advocating for would be Eric Crown with a K. That's it. I mean, like, you know, I think Tom Crown does a good job, but I think he does like lower time scale stuff I don't really mess with. But Eric Crown, if you're looking for somebody with, you know, similar, it's kind of a similar vibe, similar educational emphases on traditional technical analysis, yeah, so check him out. So there could be like a impulse down. You don't want to know. We did it yesterday. Like, the measured move would take you to like 30 cents. It just somehow played out like this. This won't be like, but dude, it's the M shape, the 886. Yes, you're bear flagging at an 886, meaning like that's your reaction. That's what you're getting. I mean, of course, you know, Scott Carney, right? Harmonic trader. I thought that was a given. You know, Scott Carney, harmonic trader, certainly. Thinking outside of our community, because I think like almost like Scott Carney's like part of our community. We're like, you know, like this. Eric Crown's not really. He's doing his own thing, his own community and stuff. Scott has his own community, but you know, Scott and me, we like do podcasts almost weekly. You know, we're doing the Vegas meetup together. So, yeah. Good luck, XRP. Let's go the weekly on it. Bearish engulfing candle confirmed in 28 minutes. That was really, really sad price action. You get it. You went oversold, so you can become oversold again. You're certainly in the bearish control zone, right? Did I already say that? Right? Come down, lose a lot of price, and then do something like that, and let's talk. Let's talk when we're showing seller exhaustion in oversold territory. That'd be amazing. We don't have that yet. It's just the first one. Big one's doing the same. All right, 32.5 cents. What I was thinking the target was. But if you ever break that, I'm thinking 24.7 cents. It's Full Moon Barbecue. You should have done Jim and Nick's, dude. Way better.
Full Moon Barbecue tipped $25. Hex, please, Sir Artie.
Thank you, dude. Yep. We will look at Hex. Wow, that's 2 requests for Hex now. Hype, dude. Dude, Gail. Oh, my God. You want to put me in a bad mood? Because this is how you put me in a bad mood. Kind of. Not really.
What happened with the Vegas meetup t-shirt merch?
Dude, Teespring has gone to heck, man. They have their company. I don't know what happened to them in the past 6 months, but they're in trouble. Like, they must be financially struggling, like, bad. Their business model may not be profitable or something for them, to the degree of which they, when I use a design like a classic t-shirt and I'm going to set pricing on it, the amount of money they take per sale is criminal. It's ridiculous. On certain items, it is beyond criminal. It's like, take them in the streets, tar and feather. Like, why would anyone want to use this company ever with this type of, talking about, like, I was thinking about making a blanket, a TA Mitch Ray, Scott Carney meetup blanket. If I charged $50 for it, I'd have made $4 of profit. They'd have gotten the rest. $4. Stuff like that. They make over half the money now. Like, they have upped it, like, to a degree at which it's unsustainable, and it was okay before. Now it's absurd. But not just that, having problems with their stupid platform that's trash, it's not being updated, and all these issues, man. And then it got taken down when I minted it last night for content concerns, because I think maybe it's a slot machine, you know? So, gambling, right? Dude, you got trans people doing drag shows for 6-year-olds. Oh yeah, I can't have a Vegas-themed t-shirt sold on this platform. Really? Okay. Great. So it's just everything. I kind of capitulated last night. I quit. I stopped dealing with it. I wasn't going to be worrying about it ruining my evening. So, because I'd ruined too much of it. Go to Cardano. Cardano, bearish engulfing candle will be confirmed in 25 minutes. Look at the 200-week simple moving average. Rejected. You rejected the 200-week moving average. I don't know. You technically haven't hit the 886, which is 38.8 cents. You never tested that. You're going to go test that, even though you're close enough. It's just like, you see this harmonic here. It's beautiful. But no, there's the reaction, and look at this. That should, in a normal condition, like, that should be huge. That should be like, all right, we're reversing here. All Cardano got was this. This is like the worst performance you could ever ask for after seeing weekly bullish divergence is strong. You know what's happening now already? It's not showing on other assets yet in crypto, but it is now beginning to show on Cardano. It's turning immediately into hidden bearish divergence. And so hidden bearish divergence, bearish engulfing candle, rejecting 200-week moving average. Oh my God. Like, how could you be long on this? How could you want to own this asset with that, staring at that on the weekly? The bulls had their chance. They had 2 months, and this is what you got on the weekly. Literally nothing. Nothing. Like, almost no one bought. And now you're running out of time because the trend is prevailing bearish. So we're about, eventually, you know, what was prevailing will take back over in time. Yeah, if you break 38.8 cents, understand Cardano's going to the Stone Age. I mean, it's going to 7 cents. Or let's, you know what, I'll be nice. Let's say 10 to 16 cents below 38 cents, meaning like 50+% downside minimum. You know, it's a lot of trouble. It's awful, dude. Legitimately.
Thanks for everything.
What's up, Benjamin, man? Thanks for 7076, dude. Thank you, dude. Much love. 777 Athletic, and like the day before or 2 days before, he went long. He's literally doing the inverse, right, of what he just... Oh, the asset's down. Ethereum's down 25% in 5 days. Time to short it. And then before that, it was like, it's down. It's showing head and shoulders. Time to long it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope, dude, it starts clicking with him. But it's kind of rough, isn't it? You didn't even see an 886 here. You'll see it, right? Eventually. I think you did a 786 or more. Yeah, 886 is 42.4 cents minimum. Think that you're heading there. Look, you got to go back. I guess Cardano had to go back to test right here, like 47.3 cents. It went up to test that. I really don't have much confidence to believe it's going to break back above that at this point. It broke it. It's working on a successful bearish back test. And just reconfirming that level is now resistance. Buy orders placed at 0 just in case. Great. That's wonderful, dude. You got it. You got it figured out. Okay, Sol, that, you know, terrible, man. Oh my god, it's up 4% today. Bullish engulfing candle confirmed on the daily soon. But broke key supports. Broke key support, man, is below that key support. $37.37 hasn't even been tested yet. You think it would. But again, right, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, the others, right? Okay, they dump once the initial impulse, the directional impulse candle or move, the wave, and then the retrace, the reset of the oscillators. So eventually we can roll over again, and maybe if we're lucky we get oversold once more and show bullish divergence, and then we'll talk. Then you want to talk. You want to be like, oh crap, now there might be an edge developing actually on the 4 hour, 8 hour, 6 hour, 12 hour. But it just happened. The big move just happened, and now we're waiting for this retrace little scrub rally to end so we can dump again. That's what we're doing. And you understand, you're below the channel, the 2-month channel. You're below the inflection point from May 12th. That's it. You're below all key levels, really. Why would you want to be bullish on this? But at the same time, why would you want to open a fresh, hot off the presses short when you had such better opportunities at higher levels, you know? Oh, thanks, Leon. Changing my lights, man. Let's go to what, Doge now? It's up 0%. Well, I'll tell you this, dude. You know, as discussed yesterday on stream, it's like, hey, Anon, what's up?
Anonymous tipped $25.
Thanks for the 25, dude. I really appreciate it. No TTS, just tipping, man. I appreciate it. Kangs, man. Kangs. Anonymous, you're going to be disappointed in Doge because there are many assets that are up 3 to 10% today, but Doge is up 0%. It's like the chart. It's like the market's closed on Doge today, and unfortunately, that means Doge is still below that old demand line from the channel that had 4 touches, right? You're below that. And look, the impulse occurred, massive rejection, 8.8 cents. And what is that? You're below the 200 simple moving average too. I mean, maybe it still breaks upward, but dude, you're staring at that, and it's just like, again, this is I'm telling you, this is exactly what assets look like before they get destroyed again, right? Initial impulse, bearish consolidation, oscillators get oversold and they reset. They get reset so they can become oversold again. So then you can show divergence on a weaker wave down. It's just not here yet. This is bad, man. This is not pretty on Doge. Wow, crazy, dude. That's all I can tell you. Like, I don't know, nothing changed from today from yesterday. It's just bad. What's your weekly look like? Oh my goodness. You're not even going to bearishly engulf, but you are going to reject the 200-week moving average. Look, how many times it's been regarded as resistance this whole time. You were breaking it and immediately rejecting it. That's a bamboozle almost, right? 18 minutes till the close. Dang, dude. Talk about the weekly. That's not good, is it? Chat, could anyone look at this and be like, that's awesome. This is terrible, right? I mean, the fact that you're trying to break 7.83 cents, you broke it with a candle close, but there was no back test. It was just rejection. Below that level and the 200 at the same time, your classic bullish divergence played out, and it played out just well enough to test the old level as resistance officially, and is now rejecting it. That's not good, right? It's not good, dude. Wow. Okay. Doge, then Dot, that was once amazing. Not excited about it now. I mean, look, you're an 886. It would look like, or you're close to an 886, 80% or something, low to high. Now you hit the 786. You exceeded it. You saw like an 83, 84% retrace. Now you're trying to engulf. Okay, maybe it's an M shape. Let's see. If it stays above 685, 668, I'm okay with it. If it sees it again, I have just very little to no confidence in this asset right now. But yeah, it's still making higher lows. It's just making a full reset in its very short-lived uptrend, short-term uptrend, right? It's not dead yet. I mean, it could end up showing hidden bullish divergence, you know, if it starts pivoting for real. Just good luck. All the rest of the market looks like crap, dude. And if Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB look like not good, well, it looks like they're maybe setting up for lower prices. Dot's going to be setting up for lower prices too. Look at this bearish engulfing candle. It's about to be confirmed. Wow, dude. Yep. No matter what happens, there was only an edge on the on the MACD, like a lot of the others. That MACD caught resolution, and now the resolution has been substantially lower highs than the previous highs so far. But yes, until you break below 668, I guess you're technically safe. That's your cutoff, though, man. At this point, your cutoff, though, you know, if you watch the stream, and if you were in on this because of the spring back test and you know the breakout of the wedge, you know the cutoff was back below 830, 840. You were done. You're back out of that because it's just like that's the cutoff because the downside potential was so high. It didn't quite get exactly, you know, to the level. I think it's still coming. You had 17% downside below this level. You got as low as, you lost 15% of your value when you broke the level that we knew was a bad area to break. If you broke it, stop, you're out, boom, down 15%. So it's just, okay. Let's go to the S&P 500 futures. Okay, let's do it, man. Yikes, imagine shilling your own channel and someone else's stream. You must be new to the game of live streaming. That is poor etiquette. Very bad etiquette. It's not how you make friends. Oh my goodness, man. Okay, S&P 500 futures. Here it is, the supply line. The supply line. That goes back to the all-time high from January. The second touch point of this, or anchor point of this channel, this trend line was March 29th. Here we are, thrice. 200-day moving average, confluent pretty much with that supply line, reacting beautifully. On Friday, a bearish engulfing candle. You're right back down to this very key support. If you don't hold this, 4,065, 4,058. You ever break 4,058? Bye-bye. Bye-bye whole market. Market's over. All right, so that's where you are on the S&P futures. On the new day, down 0.38% for now. But yet, just remember, daily bearish engulfing candle, weekly closed below supply line. So there was supply at a supply line. I'm the most surprised human being you may ever see in your entire life, right? So this is a week you want to be paying attention to, right? What, Jackson Hole and everything hitting key inflection points and not breaking them, and it was confirmed on Friday. That's all real. Okay.
Infinity by 21 mil tip $21.21. Hey bro, I am not a harmonic guy, but can you check the BTC weekly for a bullish Gartley? Starting with Coven low, to April high, and with D being the 17.8k low? Cheers man.
Oh yeah, I mean I think that exists out there. Maybe, man. Yeah, I mean I think that's there. What about the 886? What if that happens, you know? It's such a large structure, you know, like it's something to pay attention to, but it's not something that's quite actionable yet. You want to, if that's there and you're going to that 17.5, that is the target. And below 19.891, the next like harder target's like 17.5, 17.2 or whatever. Yeah, we'll pay attention to it, but there better be a discernible edge across like all the time scales that are not the weekly. Like the 4-hour, the 6-hour, 8-hour, 12-hour, daily, they better all be showing that sellers are exhausted. Everything's good at that point. Otherwise, it's really hard to be like, oh, I want to long it now. Here's your thing you did. We'll look. Dow Jones, man, you can understand where you are. Inflection zone, $33,333 is next.
Empanadas got burned. Oh well. There is still plenty of margaritas.
Margaritas, I think you did. Or muchas gracias, I guess you could say. I think you did. Sorry about your empanadas, dude. Had some good empanadas on Thursday. So, Dow Jones, man, thrusted through the supply line, thrusted through the 200-day simple moving average, and is now rejected. Both of them is actually rejected the candle low close from May 12th of 2021. So if you ever break $33,333, you're probably going to test 31K eventually. So you get it, why it's really just hard. How can you be like, you know how equities work, right? When they start dumping hard, it's not good for crypto most of the time. And you're looking at a bear market rally and it's hitting this level and it's like, I don't know how you can be like, I'm gonna think about it and be bullish Bitcoin because this stuff's occurring here, you know? Sorry. Sorry, dude. So one that's a little different is the Nasdaq 100 that broke its supply line. But it's just, and it's kind of reversing in the middle of nowhere, the futures here. And it's just kind of going with the S&P and the Dow Jones. So, yeah, I mean, 12,944 is next, most likely. And then after that, it's 12,438. Okay. Here's your Russ 2000 futures. That, you know, you broke out. Definitely broke out, but you rejected the 200 moving average. You're coming on down to 1896 most likely next to test it. If it holds, hey, that's great. You may be rallying, but if you don't hold that, you know you're going straight back down to 1744, 1700. That's it, right? And I could plot this if you want me to. Like that. Yeah, I mean, it already broke it, man. Cool. It was almost like, did it hit a 786 or a 6? I think maybe a 618, right? No, it hit the, wow, dude, that's like a cipher. All right, you see the Russ 2000 hits the 786. This is Russ 2000 futures. Hits 786 perfectly and starts reacting. Bearish engulfing candle on Friday, catching a little fall through to start the week. About an hour and 51 minutes since this futures market's been open. All right, so just was looking at that, whatever. We'll take a look at gold too. That the week is here. You're open, gold. And of course, right, the sheer outperformance of the bearish divergence rising wedge. We know below 1800 is very bearish. Like nothing to do here but wait for freaking 1700 again. 1682. Nothing. So silver too. Like, you know, it's hit one of the three targets of the bearish dragon. On its way to the second target of the bearish dragon. Oh my God, it's happening so fast. I love it. So $18.73, and then if you want like the prevailing trend outperforms and takes us to the new lows. You'd be looking for the 1272 fib extension, as well as a key inflection point from history 1735. So it's the bearish dragon, right? Bearish dragon. You could pull back at any time, run up to, back test 1982, because people might take some profit at some point on the short cover, and then it back test resistance as resistance, makes a lower high than previous high, then eventually later rolls over. That's very possible. So, okay, so we had a couple requests, right? I think so. We're just running out the clock. We got less than 7 minutes till your weekly and daily candle close. If you're enjoying the live stream, the like button, the bell, that sub. If you want to support the getting really scary large Vegas meetup, there's a GoFundMe for it, because any amount that is not, any part of the goal we don't meet is going to be out of my pocket. So it's like I'm crowdsourced. So I'm just like, saying, hey, this is going to be like a over $10,000 expense facilitating a meetup, for our first in-person live stream, first time Scott Carney joint stream. So it's just like, it's not gonna be cheap. So literally my first GoFundMe of all time. This is the first one, and it's super warranted, right? Okay, first request was Hex. Old Hex up 16%. What a dude, it's crazy, isn't it? Like how where did it look at the levels. I mean, it hits a key 6.6 cent area, exceeded the 6.1 cent second target, and then up thrust through it, then it reverses and goes straight down to the next key level, 3.9 cents. And then off of that, a very nice reaction where it's up almost 16%. The issue is you're at some point going to be showing hidden bearish divergence. It's the same thing, right? You had your first impulse. You're going to attempt to rally, which you're doing. You're unable to break this 4-hour 200 moving average, working on bearish and golden candle. And eventually, I think you'll go for a retest of that, if not a lower low. And then maybe by then, you'll show bullish divergence. But it's just in the same boat as most of the cryptos out there, where they were implying downside based on a bunch of different things that have been discussed to ad nauseum. And then resolution occurred. The TA was respected, and it dumped hard. And now we're doing a scrub rally to reset the oscillators. And once the oscillators are reset completely, it retraces enough, another dump's coming, most likely. And then maybe on that second dump is when we're going to get some seller exhaustion. So you're just waiting for that. You got to wait, man. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're not charging an entrance fee for the meetup. So it's like, all on me, man. All on me. Okay. That's Hex, dude. You hit the key support. You hit the key resistance. You reversed. You hit the key support. You reversed. But again, until you see bullish divergence at this key support, there could be a lot more downside from here. Just more downside. Hex. So, I mean, really, that was like the only request besides Infinity. And we're going to look at it. He's asking about Bitcoin, bullish Gartley on the weekly or something. Sure, we can look. But that's it, dude. We got less than 4 minutes to the close. I'm thinking this looks more like an 886 to me, man. If I'm not looking at it, it's Bitcoin. I'm romanticizing Bitcoin as the king, right? If I just look at this like any other asset in the world, I would look at like this and be like, man, I'd be wanting an 886, not a 786. So what'd you say about a Gartley? D being 17.8. COVID low, April high. It can't be, right? It can't be a Gartley. Why can't it not be a Gartley, chat? Can someone tell me why this can't be a Gartley if he's talking about the B point being June? And A is the April high. and X is the COVID low. Do you know why it can't be a Gartley? I need more answers or I don't answer. That's it, dude. It's that simple.
HDRN, please.
Subhex, Zibit. We'll look, dude. Thank you. A few people answered correctly. Yes, the reason you can't have a Gartley here is because there's a higher high on C. So he's asking specifically. With X being the COVID crash low, A being the April high, in his words, then the B point would have to, in that situation, be 59% retrace. Okay, you're onto something. But then all of a sudden, the higher high makes it to where it can't be a Gartley. It cannot. So, best I can do, pawn shop, is an 886 for a shark. 886 is a full reset, but it's also $11,221, and it's very close to that 10,000. I mean, that on the weekly, that should be a stronger support. There's a base. Look, February 2018 inflection, candle close July 2019 inflection August 2020. That's very real level. That's a very strong base right there, where there could be a considerable argument for a long bear if we could get there. But that's it, man. It's not a 786. You're just breaking the rules if you're going to try to say we're going to reverse the 786 here. Yeah, someone would say cipher, but yeah, you did hit you hit a 786, didn't you? Yeah, you hit it perfectly, and this was your reaction. You know what your reaction was? You know what your reaction was on the weekly? Your reaction on the weekly was a bear flag, right? At your 786, this was it, dude. Jesus chimes. That was it, dude. That's all you got for now. So I just like low to no confidence right now until something more bullish develops here at this level above 20K. If not, then eventually we'd be seeing the 886 at 11K or so. Yeah, $11,000. Remember, the weekly Bitcoin RSI still stuck in the bearish control zone. These are bad times, man. Bear markets, not bull markets when you're down here at these levels. How'd your weekly close? It confirmed. Pretty much tweezer top bearish engulfing candle combination below the 200-week moving average. That's just not a good candle. That's terrible. Terrible candle. Lowest weekly candle close since July 11th. But still above 20K. Still above 20K, so you're not dead yet, man. Here is your daily. Nothing bullish about this in my opinion. Nothing. Nothing, dude. Do you hear me? Nothing. This was it, man. This was the channel that was very well respected. And it was so weak you couldn't even test the top again. There wasn't enough demand. And we knew the horizontal line resistance existed. And you couldn't break it. And then you broke below it for the third time. And then back tested it successfully. That was it. Below 24.2, you must be bearish. Go watch the streams after that occurrence. Bearish below 24.2, boom. Now we're nuked, right? I'm thinking 19891 is coming in time if you're patient. I don't know what's going to happen in between the levels, but I think it's going to turn into a lower high than previous high, and you're going to roll over and test 19891 eventually. All right, look at this. Daily, RSI, bearish control zone. When big ones in the bearish control zone on the daily and the weekly, I just don't know how that is going to help you be bullish. I don't know, right? Like, how is your argument bullish when Bitcoin's on the weekly and daily in the bearish control zone? Undeniably. Okay, you want to look at an asset in a downtrend that hit its pattern completion zone and bear flagged? I can show you that it actually ended up becoming a a trade setup, and it played out brilliantly and hit the target, no higher ever so far. Look no further than PayPal. PayPal. Oh my God, man. Look, dude. Look. Hits the pattern completion zone of a bullish deep crab, and then bear flags. Bear flags and hidden bearish divergence. And then look what happens. Outperforms like the Jesus. But yeah, eventually you get down, you get back above $72, you break out. Okay, bullish divergence. We got a rally impending here, implied on the charts. Okay, 50%, 618, 2 targets. You hit the second target for the second time. That might be the confirmation high. Negative momentum now. It's the best you could do. So yeah, of course. And that was the other thing. Like, go look at the other streams when it's like, I'm not just looking at Bitcoin in that channel and breaking it. It was really this too. It was this as well. All right, remember, here is your long-term downtrend conceptualized with an equidistant channel, not chantel. Sorry. God. I was trying to sound really, really smart there, but I'm not. So, right. First anchor point, all-time highs. Second anchor point is April 1st, and you have not been able to test that again. That would be considered oversold territory in the downtrend. Okay, so you haven't hit the measure move yet. I think you will. I think you're going to see the measure move. So we'll catch all the resolution you could ever dream of by seeing the measure move, because it's going to be the back test of the previous cycle top. If you're patient, this is probably coming. Okay, if someone's short there and they're trying to play the measure move, I'm thinking, right? I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again. I'm thinking eventually we are seeing 20K. Because the trend, the prevailing long-term downtrend is bearish. This rising wedge is performing like the Jesus. There is certainly no edge. In fact, the oscillators look exactly the way they would look before another wave down on the 4-hour, 8-hour, 6-hour, 12-hour. They look exactly the way they would before we do this. Okay. You have reset the oscillator. Oh my God, we're so oversold. We're at 13 on the 4-hour. Okay, now what? Now what? You want to know what, chat? You know what 40 is. 40 is the threshold. Below 40 is the bearish control zone. Are you out of the bearish control zone? No, you're within. You actually close the day and the week, below. So you have the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly on Bitcoin, chat, that are all within the bearish control zone. How could you say that we're bullish? How could you contrive an argument that is bullish right now with all those things happening on the RSI? What about the 8-hour? Okay, 4-hour, 8-hour. What about the 12-hour? Bearish control zone. Every time scale from the 4-hour to the weekly is bearish. In the 30s. Terrible. You can't be bullish, dude. You're bearish below 24.2. Get over it. That was the case before we collapsed. No, and also no edge, right? Oscillator, the MACD, just nothing. Just bearish convergence right now. You reacted because the weekend, there was no one selling really on the weekend too much because it... Remember the high volume on the dump, right? The market participants, the bears are in control because of the higher volume. Okay. Yeah, they took off because the asset collapsed like that. The oscillators reset now. They're going to, again, get oversold. Oh man, it's just an argument to help us. If that argument's not, if that argument's not good enough, if you're just going to ignore the RSI being in the bearish control zone on all time scales that are significant or worth 2 craps. Oh, and also the 60-minute was unable to break into the bullish control zone, if you can even believe it. Look at this. Look how you rejected 60, bro. You rejected 60 on an insignificant time scale. How is that bullish? That's exactly what we looked at on the daily with Bitcoin on the RSI before it collapsed, right? So bad, dude. Just remember the daily. Before we got into the bearish control zone on the daily, do you not remember us talking about the third time you were unable to break into the bullish control zone? That was not a joke. And that lined up perfectly with the classic bearish divergence on the MACD histogram. You're doing that on the 60-minute now? Okay, whatever, dude. There's still going to be people that are going to get destroyed, and they're going to show up after we get destroyed again and be like, dude, what do I do, man? It's like, who are you? Like, what? I stream literally every day, so.
My god, euro to US dollar losing parity again. I want to move out of this S-hole. I feel EU is going to fall apart soon. Maybe a move to the would be better.
It will.
Have a good day, Mitch.
EU will collapse at some point. Dude, it is terrible. Failed experiment. Nice experiment. Now it's turning into some crazy authoritarian psycho hellhole. Yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's just crazy, dude. I think it's just like it's like that whole like cultural Marxism and the KGB, man. They infiltrated this 50 years ago, complete demoralization of multiple generations now, and we're watching all of that blossom. We're watching it occur. And
respect. Could we check out grocery outlet holdings ticker go? Much love, traders.
This is so squirrely, dude. We can go to go. Yeah, sure. EU citizen. Oh, we can look at the euro for a second. Why not, man? Kind of got through the stream. Really, I mean, we kind of went across the markets, and yeah, dude, it's terrible. Oh my god, dude, so bad. Here's the euro. Okay, there's just one level. That's almost everything. Okay. You're going down to test the dollar again soon. Once I'm thinking eventually 96 cents. Not gonna happen overnight at all. But you were unable to get back above 101. Look back, dude. This is from freaking 2002. You're below it now. It's over. It's over, dude. Oh yeah, hidden bearish divergence was very real in the daily. Was it even the weekly or the 4-hour? 12-hour? It ended up becoming classic bearish divergence on the 12-hour. God. And the daily. Yeah, hidden bearish divergence on the daily. What about the weekly? No, dude, it's so bad. Like, this is terrible. Like, you're not doing anything. You're just staying. Look at the 40. You know 40 on the RSI, right? Look at this, dude. Look at the price action. It's just uber bearish. Uber bearish. Staying below that level. Up thrusting through it, whatever. Just getting oversold. Getting out of oversold territory. Staying below 40. Getting oversold. It's over and up. Like, it's terrible. Like, there's no structure here either. It's just bearish engulfing candle. Confirm. Holy crap. You want some Jesus chimes? The euro just had its lowest weekly candle close of the entire sell. Lowest weekly candle close since November 2002. That just happened. Wow. Talk about a statement candle. Imagine ignoring that. Sorry, Europeans, if you're out there. Your currency is showing that it's about to probably go to 96 cents eventually. 96 cents right here. But then you got 90 cents down there at the bottom. Wow. Terrible. It's really, really bad, dude. That's the worst. Let's see, grocery outlet holdings. There was an S coin called Go too, so I'm glad you didn't request that. Oh my god, dude. Some sort of 886, isn't it? Alright, there you go. All you got's a range, right? Nearing the low risk entries for shorts, right? I don't know if you went deep enough on B though for it to be formal. Yeah, a little too shallow for a formal harmonic, but dude, you can't argue with the 886, can you? I mean, that's a W shape if I've ever seen one. Bearish engulfing candle. not last week, but the week before. I think this green candle lets you know you're screwed. You had not seen negative momentum since November of 2021. You know, last week confirmed the first negative histogram wick on the weekly of this asset of the year 2022, and it's freaking almost September. You gotta love the 886, don't you? Don't you, chat? Love the 886? I do. The downside potential below 47.51 could take you to 27.86. Why not? It's like up, down, up. So then down. Range. It's a range-bound asset. And it just hit near the top of the range, but it was so weak it seemed it couldn't even touch it again. It had to hit an 88% retrace and not really any higher, right? And that's where the bearish engulfing candle appeared. That's where the negative momentum has emerged. Look at the 3-day. Let's see. There's a... Oh, look at the bearish divergence. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That is triple MACD bearish divergence on go on the 3-day. Okay, impending price action reversal implied at the pattern completion zone of this W shape. I wouldn't even call it any formal harmonic. It's a little too shallow on B. Not really the RSI. It's kind of like stagnation. Let's see, the daily had anything. Did the daily show us anything? The RSI. The RSI was giving us bearish divergence. So you had the daily bearish divergence on the RSI. You had the classic bearish divergence, triple bearish divergence on the 3-day. And then you had the bearish engulfing candle on the weekly. This is a good argument developing, right? I mean, it's like going to a chart I've never been to before, right? Starting out on the weekly and then just going in and checking out all the different edges we have on different time scales. Pretty cool, right? So it's not bullish. So even if you aren't gonna short it, it means going long here is stupid. Going long here is dumb. Okay, do you get it? Go Grocery Outlet Holding Corporation Connect. That's it.
In the Netherlands in 2030, they announced that the government will apply a rule that you have to pay for every mile you drive to fight climate change. We are wrecked here. Ultra bearish divergence.
Yeah, dude, right? That's what governments do, man. They're alarmist, so they create fear, and they try to get the voter base to vote away their own rights because they're scared. We're the government. We're here to help. We're gonna save you. Just give us your rights. And they come up with excuses to tax you. You're our most taxed people the world has ever seen, and they're just going to continue to keep doing that. Yeah, more government's bad. If you think more government's good, you're part of the problem. You're literally the problem. If you think getting more government involved with our lives is good, you deserve the gulags when eventually they come for us all. Which they already are, right? 87,000 IRS agents coming for us, dude. Yeah, they're not coming for the billionaires. You're out of your mind, dude. Guess what was happening during COVID, right? You get you get on an airplane, mask Nazis everywhere. They don't work really, right? And then if you wanted to get on a private jet, though, pilots aren't wearing masks. You wouldn't have to wear a mask. You're not dealing with flight attendants, right? You get off the plane, you go to the little terminal, the very small terminal, the people at the desk aren't wearing masks, right? So all this stuff, you know, rich people don't have to deal with it, but everyone else does. Rich people are not going to have to worry about the weaponized IRS. You will, though. We will. Okay, anyway, so good luck on Go. It was at the low risk of things, you know, like on the 22nd of July and mid-August, August 10th. But now it started to play out a little bit. You got to wonder. You got to wonder, was that it? Was that the top? Daily and 3-day are giving you implications that that could be the case. So we go back to Bitcoin for a sec. To me, 20K, 19,891 eventually for a retest. I don't think it's going to go that well this time. All time scales, 4-hour, daily, 3-day, 12-hour, 8-hour, 6 hour, weekly, all in the bearish control zone on the RSI. You can't, and if you just rejected a previous level thrice, then back test it as resistance. You were already bearish here, but now we're still bearish. All the oscillators are set up to where we need to get oversold one more time. We need to dump one more time so we can get bullish divergence on the 4 hour, 6 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour, whatever. You don't have it on anything. No edge. Yeah, that's right. You'll have a smaller carbon footprint when you starve to death, which is their plan, right? I mean, they only want 550 million people alive. And I guess they're doing a good job, because there will be famine and death, and it will start in the third world countries. These countries will be destabilized by famine. And, you know, right? Sri Lanka, all right, it's banning farmers, not letting farmers farm, so there are food shortages. They're doing that everywhere. Like, there is a war on the West, right? Western freedoms, war from within. The next big war, not going to be against China or Russia or someone else. It's going to be our own governments. And it's across the West. It's not just in the U.S., it's everywhere. You live in a free country, government's going to be the next big enemy, not another sovereign country. Sorry. Talking to the Bogdanovs right now. Conspiracy theorists, man. It's conspiracy, right? Please tell me what's happening in the Netherlands, right? Because of nitrogen, right? Banning farming, and the governments are going to buy the farms. That's happening. How is it a conspiracy theory when all this stuff's actually happening? If you read information and events that are occurring almost daily, how is it a theory? It's a conspiracy, an actual conspiracy that is occurring, not a theory. Conspiracy theorists, that's what they will use to discredit you. And it's a label, man. There are a lot of labels, right? One side's labeling the other to completely dehumanize them, so violence against them is completely justified. Yeah, really, at this point, conspiracy theories, quote unquote, are spoiler alerts now, yes. It's called a conspiracy theory because the side that is destroying society from within owns all the media platforms now. They control the narrative, they control it all. Anyway, we're just waiting for resolution on Bitcoin. Yes, you could go to 22.5 again for a back test because you never got a back test. Fine. But as long as you're below $22,500, and it's really $24,200. That's the big one for me. $24,200. You're bearish. You can't be bullish below that level. Good news, I guess. Ethereum, there's a bullish engulfing candle on the daily, confirmed. Nice, dude. Nice, you did it. Cool, dude. If you go to 1730 for a back test, it won't be weird. Remember, you're kind of more so in coin flip territory because you've already broken supports when you had an edge, when it was implied that there was downside, the downside happened, and now you're sitting in between two key levels. So now it's like 50% of testing the level that you broke for a back test, or just completely just rolling over and going to the next level. The hard target eventually is 1420. But you might see 1730 before you see 1420 now. Because back tests happen. Wow. That's right. It is weird. Speaking the truth makes you sound like a conspiracy theorist, and like somebody who is a subservient mainstream media, indoctrinated cult member They'll call you that, right? They'll call you conspiracy theorist. You can find them. It's like, oh, you called me conspiracy theorist? Oh, you're an indoctrinated person. You're indoctrinated and owned by them. You're the person that probably has the Ukraine flag. You know, I did that. I did the Ukraine, but it's not just the Ukraine. It's like, I'm getting vaccinated, and then like telling people you're vaccinated, right? I'm wearing a mask and being proud of wearing a mask, right? Asking people if they're vaccinated. When did you ever ask about someone's medical history before? Those things. I'm on with the next thing. I'm on with now banning farmers, right? Not letting farmers farm when we know there's a supply crisis, right? Food shortage. I'm okay with the government banning people. And their excuse is, right, climate change. Climate change alarmists are doing that. They're not. It's all Rudy poo, man. I mean, we all know, we understand global warming is real, but guess what? CO2 emissions in communist China have skyrocketed. They're the highest point ever. Always. India, same thing. They'll never play ball. They're never gonna do what we did. They're never gonna get on board with being green. So it's just like moot. So yeah, let's become communists like them, though. Yeah, because that's where we're going. It's like, yeah. The Ukraine thing, it's like, yeah, dude, a sovereign country being attacked. All right, I'm on board for protection of that. But no. Okay, now I'm seeing it's like, it's all almost like money laundering. Because it's just like, no amount of money will ever satiate Ukraine. No amount. And we have so many problems at home in the West. How in the world is this happening? Where we're just robbing our own coffers with money we don't have. And then after all that, right, the crazy spending from these governments that no longer fear the people. After all the spending, they're now going to raise taxes, right? They're now going to weaponize the IRS. That's crazy, dude. And you know, now you see, oh, you're going to eat the bugs, dude. Insect bugs, right? That's all getting spread across this media and stuff. Bug farms, Bill Gates buying up all this farmland for bug farms, dude. It's so unbelievable. It would sound like a conspiracy theory if these things weren't real. If these things weren't really happening, it would sound like a conspiracy theory, right? But they are actually happening. Okay, so anyway, that's the stream. Been live, like close to an hour and a half now. And not much price action on the new week, but just understand where we are below the bearish. We are within the bearish control zone on every time scale right now, every single one. Beforehand, on the daily, Bitcoin tried 3 times to break into the bullish control zone and failed. That is bearish. That is not bullish, dude. Oh, HDRM, my bad. Yeah, thank you, dude. Sorry. HDRN, man. Well, we had the channel. It broke the channel. Oh, so, all right. I guess you're back above that. But if you just think about the horizontal lines, you'd fallen below it, and then you broke back above it. That's pretty cool. You're showing some hidden bullish divergence now on HDRN. We know what we know about the level that you're getting back above, that you are currently back above. What we know is you could be going back up to 32,600. I know it's just worthless. It's like 3.2 10,000ths of a penny or something. I'm just saying it condensed, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. If you stay above this long enough, you could be running straight back up to that level again, because history tells us that. That's it, though. All right, you pumped, you rolled over, you went back to this next key level, you fell below, you held, and you sprung back above it. That's it. Right. So what else could I tell you? It's trying to develop hidden bullish divergence. So if like this stays the same, if you stay above this level long enough, this will continue to mature, and then it would be a bullish edge where it's implying that this asset would continue upward. It doesn't ensure that you're going to make a higher high, but just looking left, like there's just no real major inflection points till the next level that you just tested on the 14th. Yeah, be sure to sub to the channel if you haven't yet. You know, whatever. We like the TA, but we also understand what's going on in the world, and you're not going to change our mind. Okay, we're not indoctrinated. We're not Marxists. Okay, we don't want more government. We want less government. If you're a trader, a trader or an analyst, right? Financial markets, right? You participate. How could you want more government? That's crazy. The government hates us. I mean, in fact, some of the politicians, though, they use their power to make money on the markets. So, it's proven, empirically proven, government ruins everything, and it's always going to be less efficient than the private sector. But dude, my free healthcare, yeah, how about your 50+% taxes as just a normal citizen? How's that going? Waiting in line for the doctor for a year.
MBLZ please before you dash. Thank man, hope you're good.
What's up, G-Dog? Thanks, dude. Yep. We'll look at it. Modelo is the food company, isn't it? Mondelēz, yeah. Oh my goodness, man. Is it gonna be a 3 falling peak soon? Oh my god, dude. Oh my goodness. Talk about critical areas, huh? The high from July 2021. Wow. Yeah, nice inverse head and shoulders. The one would think, right? But oh my god, dude. Like, I know it looks like it's okay, man, it's okay. But actually, man, is it really okay? Don't really think so, man. You gotta wonder, like, was it inverse head and shoulders, or is it now showing bearish divergence, slightly higher high too? You know, it's like the first wave, then the second wave's weaker. At a supply line, at inflection point from 2021, third peak, by the way, and it could be a lower high. If this turns out to be a lower high, you know what's happening. And then you've got this going on too. It's an 886, I think. It was close anyway. It was very, very close, wasn't it? 85. I mean, that, you know, you're just around the area where, hey, like all these others, right? Across, I mean, including the index funds, you're just like at these key levels, and this is where a reversal could very well be occurring, or at least reaction. I would say, if anything, you're on the higher end of risk trying to long here, right? Oh my god, right? I mean, you see this, G-Dog? Slight upsloping price contraction. Rising wedge, 886 areas, diverging locally. If you were gonna long, you'd be looking for $59 or $58, but you're not there. You're at $65. So it's like, even if it kept going upwards, what are you doing? Like, if you were trying to long this, there's a stronger argument for a short, because you're so close to stop out levels where you can protect yourself from getting wrecked. You know, if you're talking about a long, there's max downside. There's so much downside potential if it rolls over here, because it's, look at the inflection point. Look what's done in history. There's 10 to 12% downside if you reverse here, which you could, because you've reversed here before. That's it. Okay. There was nice bullish divergence on the weekly. Now it just all depends though. You start rolling over here, hidden bearish divergence starts developing immediately. You just got to end up making a lower high than 66.50. Yeah, but what a trend, man. It's like, are you calling a top here? Really tough, isn't it? thing only number go up, you know, for forever. So yeah, but I mean, I don't think I'm crazy seeing the fact that you are making consecutive lower highs, and that could be the case, you know. I'm not crazy seeing the fact that July 26th level is being tested. You did not close above it on the week, but you could pay attention to those levels, right? Just saying, you're on the higher end of risk for a long. You're not at the strongest, you know, the lower end of risk is like down here in this zone, the yellow zone, like the yellow lines, because you could have a stop loss set up to protect yourself, and if it failed, you'd take on very small losses. How do you strategize a stop loss on a long here? You can't, because if it goes down there's no inflection point, right? Yeah, there you go. So it's a better argument than a long. Yeah, for sure. Better argument for a long here than a short. But yeah, I know the trend is crazy, man. But you are making lower highs now, not higher highs anymore. Yeah, good luck on Bitcoin. Good luck on crypto. Good luck on the index funds at these key inflection points. My God, I hope they break, man. I hope they break to the upside. We'll go to 1 million in 10 seconds. We all win. But like that's like going to the casino, going to the slot machine, saying the same thing. I hope I'll win the jackpot. I hope I'll win the jackpot. It's like you have no edge. Nothing's implying that you're gonna win the jackpot, but you're gonna pull the lever and think you're gonna win. That's where you are on going long on Bitcoin right now. You think you're going to win the jackpot right now with no discernible edge? Good luck, dude. So thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Be sure to join the Discord if you haven't. We're 14,000 of us. It's very, very active too. And that's where you get notified when I go live, because the stream inevitably comes to an end and YouTube will fail you on notifications. Especially if I'm going live at not normal stream times. So, all right, good luck. You know where we are. You know where I stand after watching the stream in crypto and kind of the index funds, right? So I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.
Not thinking short, bro.